Hi guys, my name is Boz Zambia and welcome to the second episode of the Self-Love Podcast with Boz Zambia. This podcast is very interesting and today I'm so excited. This podcast we have people who come to share their insights and how they navigate self-love, what self-love means to them, how they balance self-love and them being themselves. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special guest. My guy, my brother.
Yeah.
Let's do that Z podcast thing. Is it there?
I hope it's there.
I hope it's there.
It sounds good.
Sounds good.
We can hear it.
Welcome, bro. How you doing?
I'm good, man.
How's life?
Bro, slow. We are pushing, bro.
You look very good. Nowadays, I think I told you the other day, like, you're really dressing so well now.
Yeah. I'm trying to, keep up with the branding and stuff like that,
You just thought about it or you just like...
I think it's where I am now. Like, I'm trying to, do everything. Like, everything should look presentable, and just, like, you don't have to look like your problems,
Yeah,
you
that's
have
true.
to
That's
take
true.
care of yourself.
That's true. Okay, the thing about the Self-Love Podcast, I always want people to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So I have a surprise for you.
Okay.
Actually, I had two surprises for you, but then the second one was not delivered because I'll explain. So the first one is this one. This is honorary
Wow.
Axam Award
Wow.
for your contribution
Wow.
to the Zambian community in Russia. Beyond the music, you've played a huge role
Wow.
in pushing the culture, inspiring people. Even when we had our differences, I never stopped appreciating that. And I'm always clapping for you. So I just thought, we thought as Axam, that, what, we need to give, even degrees, they give honorary degrees.
Yeah.
That's a honorary award
from... I'm honored. This is the first
Should
award.
I bring that?
This is the first, I'm going to put this in my house and I can't believe it because I've never had one of these, And it's thank you.
You deserve
Yeah,
it. You deserve it.
Thank you.
When you get bigger awards, we'll always be there to support you. The second surprise wasn't delivered. I was talking to Tilo weeks ago, and you're supposed to send a VN wishing you well. But then he has a basketball tournament right now, so I'll probably forward it to you later. Because Tilo was our first guest from the first episode, and so he was gonna send it, but you just know Tilo is a superstar. He's busy,
of course, man.
but Anyway, it's the thought that matters. He was gonna send a VN, and we're gonna play it for you. So
I'll put it as a skit on my album or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so I thought of replacing that with something. There's a message I received on 19th November 2022 at 05 hours.
Okay.
I'll read it for you.
I don't know where this is going.
2022, I'll read it for you.
Okay.
Think about that. Like, bro, we're sleeping, son. Always drinking, getting by girls, spending money on alcohol and stuff. We can really build something, man. I know you have your own thing going with Axam, and that's great. And I believe in that. Do you know who wrote this?
I know.
Who wrote this?
Bro, I can still remember that day, actually. Yeah.
You're the one who encouraged me to start Axam Music.
Yeah.
And I did because of your words of pushing me to do it. So this is just a small way of saying thank you. And you've always believed in me.
I'm
and
honored,
I
man.
really, really appreciate it. I remember we were probably interviewed you first on Axam.
Yeah, I was the first one on Axam. And I
Yeah.
wear that as a badge of honor. I always say, every time, I was the first one to be here.
Thank you. So it's a huge pleasure for you to come on this podcast, and I hope we have a very, very interesting conversation.
Of course. We always talk,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
No, bro, I'm really humbled and thank you so much. You and me have been through so many things and people don't know. But, looking at where we are now, it's an amazing thing. And just, thinking about it, I never even thought we could, even sit like this and talk. So
Yeah.
I'm honored and thank you to the Axam team. This is an amazing thing and I really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's our pleasure. Okay, let's dive in. Let's dive into it. It's so much
Let's-
guys.
I couldn't even finish.
We'll
but
mix.
sometimes, of course.
So, self-love podcast. My thought about self-love.
Yeah.
I'll explain my thought later.
Okay.
But I want to understand your perspective. As an artist, how do you define self-love?
Self-love. I think I would define it as, appreciating your life or who you are as a person, and just the gift of life, actually. Because, and I was thinking about it the other day, like, if, for example, like I'm not taking care of myself, whether it be my health, my spirituality, that's a clear show that I actually don't love myself. Like it's like, because if I really do love myself, like I would, do more to just take care of myself, whether it be mentally, whether it be, physically, or whether it be, health-wise, whatever. So I feel like self-love for me is really just appreciating the gift of life, and just who you are as a person, and taking care of yourself,
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love yourself?
That's a tough question. I think I'm still, learning to love myself. Yeah, I think I'm still learning to love myself because, it takes time because, you have to, it's like when you're growing up, you get to discover a lot of things about yourself, and sometimes it's really tough to maneuver through, or even break down some things that, you picked up like as you were growing. So I think I'm working towards it, but I wouldn't say like I'm like, like there, but I try to be there for myself,
And that's the most important thing. We always have to try.
Yeah.
It's a journey. It's not a destination.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a moment in time when you doubted yourself? How did you get through it?
I think self-doubt is, for me, actually, I still have those moments. Because you see, like, what we are trying to do, and like just like who we are, like it takes a lot from a person, and most of the times, like, you're investing so much and you can't really see the results right there and then. So sometimes self-doubts would like creep in, and stuff like that. But I think, talking to the people that care about me, like, my family, like my mom or my friends and stuff like that, sometimes they reassure you, and you get back, and you start feeling like, oh, actually I can do this and I should just keep on going. So I would say, just like having a good group of people around you, like, that's reassurance.
You mentioned your family, and I was gonna go to that. We know a lot about each other.
Yeah.
And as far as I remember, if my memory serves me right, you're the only boy in your family.
Yeah.
How has that shaped your perspective, like on self-worth, relationships, and responsibility? Being the only male with so many. How many sisters do you have?
I have 6 sisters.
6 sisters.
6.
Are they all married?
So like the first one, the second one, and the third one, they are married. Yeah, and then us, like the remaining, we're still,
Okay. So how has it shaped your perspective with, self-worth, relationships, and responsibility, being the only boy?
I think, so growing up, like, in such an environment where there's, like, a lot of girls, like, those only girls, like, at home, apart from me and my dad, but my dad never used to be around. So there was always that thing of, you are the man of the house. Like, that thing was, it was a normal thing to say. So, like, I grew up with that, with knowing that, and always felt like I needed to be more responsible about all the decisions that I'm making, but now that I've grown, I've noticed a thing of, it pushes you to a point where, like, you do what you're supposed to do, but then again, it's like, it takes a lot from you, it takes a lot from you, because at points, like, you're not even being there for yourself, like, you have to be there for them, but I do believe, like, and now that I've grown, I've been having conversations with my sisters and just be like, it's not everything that I can do for you, for example. Like, I'll always be there, obviously, but, I also have to figure out my life and, like, at the end of the day, it's like we are all just, trying to, find something. So it's there. It has pushed me to be more responsible. But again, it's like the other aspect of entitlement. It's, but yeah.
Speak about entitlement. You just can't say entitlement, but yeah, explain more.
No, like it's an African thing, I think, because like obviously me, I don't have a problem with taking care of people that I love, but I feel like there's a certain stage in your life, especially as a man, where you're trying to figure out your stuff, right? And that's a very stressful time, So in that time, you need a lot of people who understand you and can actually give you space to figure out some things without, really feeling like you owe them something, So it's really tough, but I think through conversation, like me, I talk to my sisters, like, and I'm hard now. Like back then I used to just, like when they say I do, but now I'm like, no, like, okay, even if you want something from me, like find 50%. Let's say you want some money from me, like go and show me at least that you are putting in effort to find, then I'll come and top up, because at the end of the day, it's like, I can't just be just because I'm the only guy, like, no.
And you're making cool music and you're in Russia.
And that's the other thing, bro, because it's like, as an artist, like, obviously I want to present myself in a certain way. So it's like, if you see me, you see my videos, you're like,
this guy's got money.
This guy money, bro, like, he's got money. But it's like, no, like, I can't be here looking like, I have to keep up with this image, so. But my whole point is we just need to make a lot of money, bro. Like, we need to get to a place where even these conversations should not be there where, like, I can't take care of you, or like, we're supposed to just be in a place where we can live beyond,
Okay, that's beautiful. So the first time I came across you was a long time. I think 2016, 2017.
Did we have a silent beef?
No. Wait. I'll explain. Well, maybe you had. I didn't have.
I just saw you as competition.
Yeah, maybe.
Because you were the only one making music that time.
In 2017. Yes. So you had a beef with me?
No, not specific. I saw you as competition.
Competition is good.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the point. We'll get back. There's beef that we had afterwards, not 2017. I think we were still young then.
Yeah, then we were.
Yeah, in 2017, like me, I just came with this energy. I wanted to do music. I started doing music back. So I was looking for like Zambians who are doing music. Then I saw this guy who raps.
Yeah.
Then I just like got on my side. I was like, oh, at least I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
At least I'm not the only one. Let's push. And I think I approached you.
We actually don't talk about that a lot. Like you being the one who started like the whole thing. I think I've had this conversation with you before, but I'll talk about it later on.
Yeah. Anyway, so I approached you. We have worked on so many songs, like 2, 3, and surprisingly, not surprisingly, we're both good. Our songs are always good. Always good. Yeah.
It's the energy.
Fast forward 2021. We became like closer. We became friends.
I used to invite me to your place.
Yeah. We became friends, and then that time I was like having this fantasy of studying a music label, but I really doubted myself.
Yeah.
Because I understood like the music business is a big money business, and I felt like I'm not there yet. But you encouraged me, you pushed me, just start, and I thought like, let me start. I gathered a team. We had Oscar, and then now we're looking for artists, and then boom, there's an artist here.
Yeah.
And then you got signed under AXA Music. So I became both your friend and the owner of the label.
Yeah.
Looking back, do you think that affected our relationship?
I don't think it did. I think the dynamics of that situation, it wasn't a thing of, I'm the record label owner. It was more like a brotherhood, because we were all doing everything. There was nothing like, I come to you and be like, my album is coming out like from your label. You have to do this and this and that. We're just working as a team, So I don't think there was that thing, and that made it, work properly,
So do you think that the like blurred lines between like friendship and business? What's your take on that?
I don't know. Maybe you should say.
No, you are being asked questions.
No, but maybe you should say, because my worry the whole time was, and I think I said this before the album came. I said, with this album, I really don't expect much. I just expect that the people who work on it can receive, everything they put in, they can get it back. That was my worry. So I think at the back of my mind, that was coming from a place of, damn, like, these people are working, and Boz is putting his life on this, and I just don't wanna put him in a place where he feels like, oh, he invested in the wrong thing. Maybe that's that. But I was hoping, the whole time I was hoping it wasn't like that from you. That's why I'm asking you to say, to answer that question. Like, how did you feel?
No, for me, I enjoyed it. Actually, that was one of my best times with Agza Music. I still love it, and we are still working on developing artists, other artists like Draco 25.
Yeah.
So
dope artists.
That time I was like,
shout out to Draco.
Shout out to Draco.
Yeah.
That time I was like so energized, and we had a very good team. Like, we had something going, like, really going on. So I didn't even think of it like our friendship, but though in the back of my mind I sensed something might go wrong. I just don't know. I sensed something might go wrong.
Yeah.
And that's what I want us to talk about right now.
Okay.
Let's be real. We had the beef.
Yeah.
We couldn't sit in the same room.
Bro. It was on site, bro. Like,
We had the beef.
Like, if I see you, bro, like, I would, like, just look at you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I was moving on different energy that time.
Yeah. How did that affect you?
I was hurt. Like, I was carrying a lot. And I'm not saying that to say you hurt me. I feel like I was just going through a lot, and I felt abandoned. That's how I felt, like, from my friends, because let's just be real. I was going through a heartbreak, right? Like, and my relationship at that time, like, it was a very open, like, everybody knew, like, even my friends knew, So when what happened, it was just like, damn, like, there was just like some weird things from my friends that just, put me in a very, isolative place. Like, I was just like, you know what? I almost, I remember.
Yeah, let's avoid that. Yeah.
I was just like, you know what? All of you have your friendship.
Yeah.
I'm going to be alone, because I behave like that a lot. I think it's because I've always been alone. So when something is not, going like the way it's supposed to go, I just isolate, So, yeah, I think I was hurt. But I feel like me being hurt you. Like, the things that I was doing, I didn't know that I was actually, hurting you or, not being a good friend to you. I didn't know that, So maybe you can talk about, like, how you felt.
For me, it was very tough because also, like the year before, I was also dealing with a heartbreak. But the way I was dealing with my heartbreak wasn't also pleasant. I was just drinking. I was like a worst. And I mean, you guys were there. But I think at some point, it became so hard where, like, I just, like, I just came too much. So when we had the beef, it even became tougher. It's like, from heartbreak
now
to being broke,
and then
to drinking, then, like, we've got a beef that, was necessary but unnecessary. That, but why are we having this beef? So, but despite everything, deep down, even if I, like, like Russians say, "I visual." Like, I don't like this guy. I don't want to see this guy. But in the back of my mind and my heart, I was like, I still wish him well. And I want to see him, like, I want to see him grow. And I'm really proud of you. So
me too, bro. I'm proud of you. I think
go.
Sorry to cut you short.
Yeah.
So for me, what I realized, like, from the whole beef was, remember before, like, maybe like 2 months or, a few weeks before we actually fell out, we used to, like, we used to drink.
Yeah.
And then we just, because we're living together. And we're actually living together.
Yeah, so Actually, what I was thinking today? I was thinking that in future, that apartment in Kateonik should be a museum, bro.
Yeah.
Because so many ideas came from
Just
there.
buy that. You
Should buy that.
buy it, and then
Should buy it.
make it a museum,
Yeah,
But
God.
yeah, so we used to chill, and then we start talking about things. Bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember I remember those conversations.
I do.
Because then the reason why I remember those conversations is because I see that in you now. Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, we used to talk about, like, we are drunk, but we are talking about God. And, like, we are deciphering scriptures. Like, we are talking, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But the main theme of what we were talking about was, bro, we can do better.
Yeah.
Like, we can't be, living like this,
Yeah.
just like, lazing around, drinking.
Yeah.
Oh, we were working.
We're working, but
we never, like, stopped
yeah.
working.
Yeah.
But it's just like, we were just like, in a very bad place, and we used to talk about this. And fast forward the beef and stuff like that, bro, you emerged as this person that, you are right now. And these are the things that you wanted. These are the things that we wanted. You get my point?
Yeah,
So it's like, when you look at it again, it's like, it's bittersweet because like it was
So
necessary.
necessary. Yeah.
Because it pushed you. It pushed you
it
to
did.
really like become this person. And I'm really, really proud of you. Like, and I feel like that's what, even post beef, what really like made me like draw near to you. I saw the light and I was just like, nah, Boz is doing great. Like, this is something that I've always wanted for him, and it's amazing to see. It's what do you call it? It's an inspiration, bro.
Yeah. I truly appreciate those words. Yeah. I think, that's what the beef did to me, and also other things that were going on. I was like, you know what? Close the noise. Let's lock in. Let's work. And I'm really glad. Okay, what did you learn from our fallout? Like, what lessons did you learn?
I think the most important lesson that I learned was everybody has a time where they make a change.
Yeah.
Because, bro, like that time we all wanted to make changes.
Yeah.
But it's like, it took some time, bro. And I can't come to you and tell you like, oh, bro, this is the time to make a change. So I think that's what I learned. I learned the fact that sometimes you have to give people their own time of healing. And then when they heal, they change as they go on. So it made me more patient, like for people. Like, I can't judge anybody. And I can come to you and tell you like, you need to change this. No. I'll just allow you to change at your own time, So I think that's the biggest lesson that I learned from the whole thing,
Okay, lastly on this part, if you could go back in time, years back, what would you change? Would you change anything about how we handled things? And what would it be?
I would change how I reacted to the whole situation. I would change how I reacted. I think I'm a very emotional person. Like, I'm a Cancer, actually. I'm a Gemini, Cancer cusp. So we are emotional people, bro. Like, we are very emotional. So I feel like in that time I was acting mostly like from an emotional perspective. So I think what I would change is just, react better, be there for my friends, and also allow people to be there for me, because I think in that time I was expecting people to understand without me telling them what I'm going through. Like, my friend, you're supposed to know that I'm not okay. But maybe I'll be more communicative, respond better, be there for my friends, and also allow them to be there for me. Yeah.
So, you see, we're still on the topic of self-love.
Yeah.
We had a fallout, and we are men. There's this stigma. You mentioned, which I already know, you being very emotional. I'm also equally very emotional.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. He said, of course. What message would you send to like men out there in terms of like friendship, loving themselves, and also loving like the brother too? Like, how do you navigate, and what message or advice would you give like to men out there in friendships?
Be as real as you can be with your friends, your people, your team and stuff like that. Everybody goes through something, just because you're going through something doesn't mean you have to project it on other people, In fact, it's a privilege to have people when you are going through something. At least you're not alone. So I think, be mindful, like, and fight for relationship. I think this is something that is never talked about a lot, like the idea of fighting for friendship. It's like, oh, if we fall out, bro, that's Vidania. Like, I won't talk to him, and it's like, no, fight for the friendship. Like, even if you are wrong, the fact that you've shared so many things with this person, like, fight for those things. Like, make an effort of fixing it just to save that relationship and, you know, the history that you have. So fighting for friendship. I think that's the thing. Fight for your friendships.
Fighting for friendship. That's beautiful. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that lesson too. Because for me, how can I put it? I'm very loyal to friendships.
Yeah.
But like when you disrespect me or you do something, I'm like, that's done. I'm done. Right now, there's also one gentleman who like, not the fallout, but he just disrespected me. And they said, yo, how can you disrespect me? How can you call me fake nigga?
Yeah.
You know?
Fake nigga.
Fake nigga. So, which I'm not. So I think I need to fight for that relationship. Yeah?
Yeah,
bro, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry for
bro.
real.
You should, bro. You never know, bro.
Yeah, yeah. 2025. It's so confusing to be a man, you know.
How so?
Now, in my opinion, right, I think a lot of men are losing themselves. I don't know if it's the agenda of this masculinity.
Okay.
It's confusing. There's Andrew Tate philosophy of like you need to
What's
be this
that?
man.
I don't know that. What's
The red pill, blue pill thing.
Oh yeah, I've heard
Yeah,
of that.
there's even women now are saying teaching how to be a man. Who is a man?
Who is
according
a man?
to you, what's the definition of a man?
I think a man is a man is a leader. You know, a man was meant to lead. To me, I just feel like, and not to take anything away from women, but I just feel like a man is a leader and is a visionary, and I feel like as a man there should be a sense of agency. You know, because your whole thing is to plant seeds. You know, like it's your whole existence is for the next generation. You get my point? So I feel like there should be a sense of agency for a man to just be like, no, like I need to make a difference. Like I can't just be like that. Like there should be something special about you. Yeah, so I think a man is a leader. A man is somebody who is in tune with, you know, what they believe in. Even if it's wrong, bro. Even if it's wrong. Because look.
Yeah.
If you believe in something, like I see, like there's so many belief systems in the world.
Yeah. That's true.
Do you know why that is?
Because people got different opinions, no?
But do you know why it stuck?
No.
Because there were some people, even if you think that this belief system is wrong, there was somebody who believed in it so much that they pushed it. They believed in it like it's the truth, but you would think it's wrong. So what I'm trying to say is, even if it's wrong, what you believe in, just for the sake of you being a man and knowing and just living something, like believe in it, you know, do it to the best of your ability.
So a man should change something.
Yeah, a man is meant to leave a mark. A man, like it should show. A man is a leader. He's not a follower.
What about those men who don't do anything? What are they?
No, so the whole thing is you understand your purpose.
Yeah.
And lead in that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like everybody should be a king, but be a king in your own kingdom. Like everybody has a purpose.
Well, I think every man should be a king.
Be a king in your kingdom.
Yeah.
You can't be the king, for example, but you can be a king in your own house. And lead like a king, behave like a king. You know, so because of you can be a follower. Like all kings were followers before. It's also part of being a man to know when to follow and when to lead, you know. So it's a whole dynamic, but I just feel like as a man, you need to have something special about you. Like there should be light in you, you know.
That's very interesting lesson. Thank you very much. Today is Vasmova Marta, 8th March. You know, we've talked about men. You know, men are beautiful, but we have women. And today is a day, Women's Day. You grew up with strong women.
Yeah.
Your mom, your
course.
sisters. One message. First of all, before we go into this this segment, one message do you have for the beautiful women
Beautiful
out
women
there?
out there.
Yeah.
I understand what you go through. I understand how much
I think you should look in the
work.
camera.
I understand how much you work. I understand, just everything that you go through. And I feel like women go through a lot. Obviously, men go through a lot, but I also feel like women go through a lot, even just like them just being a woman. So I understand and I sympathize and I love you, like all the women in the world. And I urge the men to take care of their women. Like, we should take care of our women because do you know, the funny thing is, the only legitimate doorway to be on earth is through a woman. That's the only way.
And that says it all. That says it all.
That's why Jesus had to be born through a woman.
Is it getting it? Yeah.
Like he's God. Like, he could have just appeared, but he had to
Go
go
through
through
a
the
woman.
right door. That's how powerful women are. So we love you and walk with that understanding that you actually are, the genesis of everything that happens on this earth.
The essence of life.
The essence of life.
The ones that bring life to us.
Yeah, not to take anything away from the men, because we carry the seed.
Yeah.
We carry the seed, but the women, they nurture the seed. You get my point? So a seed is nothing without, where to be planted, like fertile land or fertile whatever, but so we love you so much. And shout out to my mom, shout out to my sisters, all of them, 6 of them. I love you guys and thank you for always being there for me.
I didn't also give a shout out, can I?
Yeah, you have to. Bro. You have to.
So, I love women, growing up with... no, don't get it wrong. Well, I love women. Growing up with a mom, because my dad died when I was 6.
Yeah.
She's really shaped almost all the values that I have. Empathy, being kind. I don't think I would have learned this from anywhere.
Yeah.
And so shout out to you, Elizabeth and Vola. Shout out to my sisters. I have 2 sisters, but I have a lot of sisters, in the African culture, like my cousins, but sisters. I recently, I've been, this, I was single for a long time.
Yeah, of course.
So now I'm not single anymore.
Damn,
so shout out to Faith.
Can I do that?
Shout out to Faith.
2025.
So, no, we actually started a relationship in 2024.
2024.
Yeah.
Like the end of, because I remember December, you were going.
Yes,
yeah.
when I went home, like I didn't plan to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
It just happened.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Bro, if you're trying too much, bro, nah, bro.
And I'm really happy. So shout out to you, Faith. She's
Shout
an
out
amazing.
to Faith.
Yeah, she's an amazing human being, and she's really giving me more purpose in life. Yeah, so, and also shout out to all the women, my friends, mentors. You people are amazing. So happy International Women's Day. You obviously watch this later, but
Later on.
just imagine you're being told
You
now.
can watch it next year too. When the
Every
8th of
year,
March.
every year, right,
it's
yeah.
relevant. Bro, I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
Because you talked about you growing up with a single mom.
Yeah.
And your dad died when you were very, very young. I want to ask you this because you had talked about it. Like, there was a time that you posted something on your status. That's a long time ago. Maybe I think even 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I want to see. I won't tell you what you said, but I'm gonna ask you this question to see where your mentality is as far as that is concerned.
Okay.
How do you feel about losing your dad at a young age and growing up without a father? And also, how do you feel about men who still have their fathers in their life?
Men who still have their fathers in life, like my age? That's a hard question. Well, generally, losing my father at a young age has been a bittersweet experience. Bitter in the sense that for a very long time, I had no role models.
Yeah,
I had no role models. I had nobody to look up to. I didn't know how to be a man. Because obviously, like mom did so much. She tried her best, but
she was
it's a woman.
Mom and the father.
It's a woman, and she can't be a man.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. I was so lost, and I found myself listening to advice from wrong people because I was really craving for this manly. You
didn't have that father figure in your life.
But the positive side, and I've written about this, I think years ago, I wrote about this, actually, I started looking at it it was beautiful that he died at when I was young.
Yeah.
Because he just gave me this drive. Like, obviously, I'm the first son, so he gave me this drive, this early responsibility from a very long time.
So you
I always
grew
know,
up
like,
at a young age.
yes,
You
I
grew
always
up
know, like,
fast.
I can't mess up.
Yep.
I can't mess up. I've got,
Yep.
like, my young
People
siblings
depending on me.
who sort of see me like a father figure, per se.
Yeah.
So there's that. And so at first it was negative, but now it's positive. How I look at men who have their fathers right now, first of all, I envy them because sometimes I wish I could just like call my dad, you know, like say, what's up? I've got this problem.
Yeah.
Help me navigate it.
Yeah.
But also, again, it depends on how the fathers raised them, you know. So maybe they get responsibilities a bit later.
Yeah.
So I'm like, for example, for most men, I think I was way ahead in terms of carrying that responsibility. So, but it really depends on which family and which type of dad you.
With the dynamics and
the
the
dynamics.
types of family. Do you know why I asked you that question?
Yeah.
You know the problem that we had between like you and me. So me, I take things personal, very much. Like, especially if it has to do with something that is connected to me, I don't take jokes. You, on the other hand, you can joke about your pain.
always joke about
like
my
you can
pain,
clown yourself. You get my point?
Yeah, that's true.
So there were moments that we had where, like, maybe I'm going through something, and then you joke about it, not because you intend like any, but just because that's who you are.
That's how I cope.
Yeah, that's
with
how you cope.
Pain, I guess.
But for me, I'll be like, damn, this is my brother. Like, he's joking about my pain. And I used to say this. Why are you joking about my pain, bro? So there was a time you posted something like, Umaumi, walikuwa tawa dad. Umaumi, we mkuru, you have a father. Because there was something that was going around that...
There was a song by Killa and K-Star.
Yeah, and this guy in Dinema.
Dinema, yes.
So me, I took that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, bro, what do you mean? Like, like it's not a privilege that to lose your dad. But that's how I read it. Like the way you said it for me was like, is he just boasting from the fact that he grew up alone? Like, because you have this thing about you where like, so, but hearing you speak now about it and you saying like you envy, like, that already shows me that you have a different, or maybe even then you had a different, maybe you're just joking around.
No, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I've always envied both dads. Yeah. Just that I really cope with making jokes. Like if you had me and my sister on a phone call, the jokes we make about our dad's death, you'll be like, these guys are crazy, Dark humor. So I remember even like when I went to Zambia, I went to his grave for the first time in a long time, and if you saw me what I was talking, like you're like, these guys are crazy. Like I was like, bro, if we so like it's just, I don't know, it's very weird, but that's how I cope. Instead of crying, instead of like, I mean, it's been like 20 plus years since he died. I can't be crying about dad's death for 20 years, So
you have to like honor his memory.
Yes.
Glad every time you think about it.
Yeah. So I guess even that status was really the joking side of me. I was just clowning. I really admire, people who've got fathers. That's why I'm always praying to God, like, I live a long life so that my children don't experience what I experienced, So, So...
Nah, it's really amazing. And shout out to the people who still have their dads and their dads are still in their lives. That's a very big thing, because there are a lot of people who have their fathers, but they are not in their lives at all, And also shout out to the people who grew up without their fathers. You guys are strong. Arthur Makawa, shout out to you, bro.
And one message I would share to people who with their dads, like for us, we've been on this side for a long time. I just want people like you to love your dads more. Being a man, I think, I've never been a dad, but I think being a man is hard, and being a dad is probably harder.
Yeah.
I just want you people who've got fathers who are still alive, please call them from time to time, love them more, and understand them, because it's not easy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no,
I
bro,
needed
I appreciate
I needed to talk about that, you know.
Yeah, for real, bro.
Yeah, so we already wished the women
Uh-huh.
Women's Day, right?
yeah.
And we love the women. And now about dads again, before we go to the next part. What biggest lesson has your dad taught you?
That's an amazing question. So me and my dad never really always had a good relationship. It was always tough love, and that tough love of, look, I'm coming from a family where there's a lot of girls. You get my point?
Yeah.
And my dad is the most manly person I've ever known, and he always looked to me, like he set a standard for me in such a way, like, you have to be not like me, but everything I do, like, he measured it from that high standard. So maybe you just didn't know, but for me growing up, I was feeling like I could never live up to him. I can give you an example. Something happened where, like, we just moved into a new house and they were still renovating at the back. So we needed to put something on top. You get my point?
On the roof?
If I say the roof, yeah, something like that. So I was there with him because we're working together, and I'm like, let me do it. You get my point? But the way my dad wants to do everything. You get my point?
Yeah.
He doesn't give you a chance to do nothing. Like, he's the type of person who, even if he gives you something to do, he will look at you and then he will come back. Let's say he's giving you what do you call it? Shovel, yeah.
Yeah. Shovel.
You start doing, he'll look at you, bring it. He will start doing it himself, and you'll just be standing there and you're like, so, So he fell from that when he was on top. Like, he fell.
How many meters was it? Do you remember?
It wasn't like too high, but he's a big man. So him falling and he fell like this. You get my point? And then I felt bad, and then the whole family, my mom, my sisters, like, why did you let him climb? You get my point? I was like, I was telling him, but that's just to show you how my dad, was. So coming back to your question, the fact that I grew up like that, I was always feeling like, maybe he doesn't see me, like, he doesn't appreciate me, like, there was always that beef, And then when he got sick at some point, that's where I realized, oh, he needs me actually. Like, it's not only me, but he needs me, like, and I started doing that for him. But throughout the years, it's like I learned that it wasn't a specific thing that he had to tell me. Because, I had this thing where, like, my dad just, it's like he sees me in a way like we can't even sit down and have a conversation. But I got to realize that it wasn't a specific thing that he needed to tell me. Because now when I look at myself, the only thing I see is him in me. The way I work, the way I do things, I'm never satisfied. So I see that and I'm like, so the whole time he wasn't telling me anything, he was actually teaching me, being like that towards me, like, he was actually teaching me. So, I appreciate my dad, and I say it a lot now. And I try to talk to him every time that I call mom and stuff like that. And shout out to Mr. Justin Senior.
How is he doing now, by the way?
He's better, actually. He's better. Like, he talks, Yeah, he's good. He's good.
That's good. That's very beautiful. Next, I want to ask you about spirituality. Right now, personally, I'm on this spiritual journey. I just want to be the closest I can ever be with God. Do you think self-love is connected with spirituality?
Very, very much. Self-love. Like, when you asked me about self-love, I talked about, taking care of yourself spiritually, mentally, and physically, right?
You did, yeah.
You putting in effort in your spiritual life shows that you actually love yourself. It shows that you care about where you come from. Because what you are is spirit, like, just to put it, like, you are a spirit, like, you come from, like, the body is just a housing. It allows you to be on earth, right? But you are a spirit. That's who you are. So just because of that, it tells you, like, you living from your body, it's like you're not, you're not living, like, from your fullness or from your higher power, you can call it like that. So self-love, spirituality is just one and the same thing to me.
Okay. How has your faith or your belief system helped you through your tough times? Because life is hard, man. No, life is challenging. I'm trying to let go of negative words. Life is challenging.
I feel you.
How has your faith and your belief system helped you navigate through tough times?
I think God, bro, like it's a thing. There's something about just being spiritually minded. First of all, the energy, like the inner knowing, like to know, like I'm on the right path and everything is gonna be okay. Like that in itself, it's a you can't read it from a book. You can only have it if you're connected, if you're in tune. And me personally, like I've had like, situations where like things like I was rock bottom. And not to say like I always go back to God, like, but it's easier to go back to God, like be really hard on as far as spirituality when you're really like, your back is against the wall. But in those moments, bro, like, and I'll go back to what I said, like putting in effort in your spiritual life, right? Putting in effort in your spiritual life means you're doing something about it. Whether it be you reading to know more, whether it be you praying for some meditation, that's effort. It's not just about, oh, God, I believe in you, do the rest, like some Christians, most Christians actually, like they are passive, spiritual. So the effort, that's what is changing you. And in those tough times, bro, like every time like I'm there and I start meditating, like just, in my own bubble, I'm taking care of my spirit, I'm reading, I'm listening to the right things, my mindset changes, bro. And even like the situation that I'm in, bro, perspective, bro, like it changes and I won't even see it as a problem. And before I know it, it's already gone. Like it's not even there. So I would say spirituality helps in tough times, but only if you're putting in the effort, bro. Because it's not necessarily God coming to you are doing the work. That's what people don't understand about spirituality. It's about you doing the work. The work is what changes you. You being in that place where you are in tune with God. You will know what to do. You will always know what's really, So, yeah.
So you have to put in the work.
You have to put in
the work. You have to build the relationship with the higher power, with God, right?
And it's you don't do it once. Like I just don't go to church on Sunday and then tomorrow I go back to my I'm not to say anything bad about Christians, but I'm a Christian and there was a time I used to go to church a lot. And those are one of the things that kind of like, discouraged me about the whole church thing. I don't believe in lazy spirituality. I don't believe in it. I've been lazy before, but it doesn't give results, But when I push myself and be there, it's like, God, like I'm doing, like you even have bargaining power with God. Like the way I talk to God, I told you this the other day.
Yeah.
The way I talk to God, I'm like, God, like the 5% of people who are actually doing something, I'm there. I'm here, like I'm not just here waiting on you, like I'm doing something about it. So, yeah.
Natic.
Bro.
Let's go to the no, not the main thing, let's go to the urgent thing. Because as far as I know, maybe they don't know that you're dropping an album.
I think the ones who really like pay attention, they know.
They know, yeah.
Because I haven't been talking about it, like, but I, here and there.
So if you know, you know. If you don't know,
then you're not connected to the source.
The source, and you better know. Let's talk about the new album.
Yeah,
what's the story behind it? Guys, hold on. Me, I think that I'm very funny. Because my comment was funny. When I was typing the comment, it was funny, right?
Yeah.
I was like laughing. I typed like, which Bagzao are we going to? Is it, what did they say? Is it Tazara?
Tazara,
yeah. First of all, tell us the name of your album and what's the story behind it?
The name of the album is Hurry Up, the Train is Leaving.
Hurry Up, the Train is Leaving.
Agency. Hurry Up, the Train is Leaving.
So now let me explain my joke.
Yeah.
So he posted the album Hurry Up, the Train is Leaving. I hope it's funny, guys. So I commented like, which train should you, which train station? Is it Tazara or the one in Moscow?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. What's the story behind it?
I just feel like I've been living like that my whole life. I think I've been living like that, being in a sense of agency. Yeah, just feeling like I need to get somewhere. Like, just being in a place where you feel like you're purposeful. Like, there is a place where you're going. You have a vision, but you have to hurry up, because the train is going to leave you. And the train for me is just, and like when you think about this album, it's not a completion. So I'm saying like, hurry up. That means I'm not on a train yet. So I still have to get to the train. And when I get on the train, I still have to get to where I'm going, which is the destination. So I won't say where the album leads if I actually get to the place where I'm going. Like if the album actually ends like that, but you feel it, like you see where I am. Like when you listen to the album, you see if I actually didn't make the train, or I actually made the train and I'm still on the way, or I actually made it to where I'm going. So yeah.
Let me get it. So it's you going on a train. That's like a journey.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
To my, what do you call it? They call it Nirvana.
Nirvana.
So it's a place of where you feel like I did everything that God wanted me to do on this earth. I actually found what I was looking for. Because we are all looking for something. We all have a purpose. Like we all have this thing that has been put in us, and we are all moving towards that. Whatever it is, it might be a car for somebody. It might be fame for somebody. It's different. But when you reach there, then I'll give you an example, right? And this would be just like me trying to explain the whole concept of, the album and shit. Yeah.
No, it's fine.
So
it's
imagine,
the album. So
yeah.
This is the album. I'm joking.
Imagine you're on a car, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you're moving from Quito to Lusaka. You're moving, driving, long distance. You've been driving for maybe like, maybe the whole day, right? And then you're like, okay, you see a diner somewhere, like side of the road, or a bar or whatever, a club. You're like, you know what? Let me take a detour, park this car, and maybe go get something to drink. Rest a little bit, then I'll come back and continue going on my journey, right? So you get in there, and then, it's a nice place. You find some things that you didn't realize that they're there. Things like nice alcohol, nice girls.
Yeah.
And then you find that, this is not actually a club. It's not actually a diner. At night, actually, it goes down. It's a club, bro. And it's a place where people, like from the outside, you don't know what happens. But when you get there,
inside you see
find,
the life.
you find the life, bro. And it's nice, Any girl you want, any alcohol, So you get stuck in there. Meanwhile, there's a car outside.
And you have to go.
You have to go because you're on a journey. So you get stuck in there, And then you find that the people that are in that place, they were also on a journey. Like you, they took a detour, they got stuck in that place. So now for you, you're like, so this is a limbo, like this place is a limbo, like it's a part where like you stop going and you can't leave this place, So now you start trying to get out. So hurry up, the train, you have to go back and start going. So I'm saying all that to say, it's all about, focus and where you're going. And sometimes you reach these places where like they take you from your journey, whether it be alcohol, whether it be women, because all those things, like they take your focus, and you can't keep on going where you're going. So that's the kind of like the diner, right? Like those things that distract you, right, on your journey. So you have to hurry up, and hurrying up means you being focused, you just taking your life in your own hands and just, keep going, So I think I explained the album too much. Like
that's beautiful.
It
sounds like an interesting album.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's conceptual.
But then I would like to know what's different from this project compared to the I Tell Stories, the previous album. What are the main differences?
I've grown as an artist. I'm a better writer. I think when I was writing, I not to take anything away from that project, because to me it's a very good project. But now where I am, like when I write, I don't know if you remember, we talked about this. Like I used to talk about like, when I write music, I don't sit down and start writing music. Like it comes to me. That's how I used to feel. And it's amazing when you have talent, you know, like when you have the talent, like you have those moments where music just comes to you. But what I'm learning now and on this project, I learned that no, actually that's a level, and there's another level where you push some things to come out of. Like I'm not writing from a passive place, I'm writing from a skillful place. I know what I want to do here. Like if you remember, like the song that we're doing right now, the song that
Which
we did, Negativity.
Yeah.
There's a part in there where I say, what did I say? Konko, I'm on your door.
Yeah.
You can teach us what we know. Don't control us with your door. Like that was me. Like I could have ended on Konko, I'm on your door. You can teach us what you know, and then I just go with another rhyme. But I went for 8 lines with the same rhyme scale, not just because I wanted it to be like that. Like I wanted that deliberately. I wanted it to sound like that. So I feel like on this project there's more of that, you know. So growth. And I feel like this project happened. It happened to me. I didn't plan it. I didn't plan it. Like it happened to me. You know, it's like, you know, where people say life happens to you. Yeah, it happened to me, and I lived it. So it's fresh actually. Like almost like 90% of the songs have been done in the last 5 months.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's fresh. There's only like one song there that was made like last year.
Okay. And which song in the album means the most to you and why? Wait, how many songs in the album, first of all?
9.
9, okay. So which song means the most to you and why?
I think all the songs, like they have different feelings that they give me. But there's a particular song there called, I won't mention it, but it's the second track. That song, it means a lot to me because I finally kind of opened up about how I felt, you know, like as far as my family is concerned, you know, like I think I said something like, I guess I knew I always had to be the one to break the paradigms that shackled up my family. I ain't get the chance to pick the cards that was dealt to me, so everything I did, I knew I ain't gonna do it partially. How was I supposed to feel? How was I supposed to feel? How was I supposed to say what I was feeling? You get my point? In that particular place. So me just talking about that, like, or talking like that about, you know, how I felt, like, you know, like what we talked about, like me being the only son and feeling like I need to, like I'm the one, like you know, like I'm saying like I didn't have a choice, like I don't have a choice. You get my point? So it means a lot to me because, you know, like my family is very important to me. So me talking about that, and I also talked about a situation that I was in just recently, like maybe like 7 months ago. You know, which was like the hardest situation I've ever been in my life. You get my point? And you hear it when you hear the song, but I opened up about that, you know, and yeah, so that's the one.
Okay.
You know, but different songs, like, you know, they mean different things to me.
It's beautiful. How do you want people to feel when they're listening to your album?
First, like, you know, I want them to feel the agency, right? Like in your own life, like, you know, feel the agency of doing something, you know, no matter what it is, you know, like, but I also want them to take away, like real, like life is real. Like life is very real and people go through real things, you know, and I want people to feel like they're understood, like, there's somebody who's going through something that I'm going through, you know, like I'm not alone. I want these songs to be like, whatever song that, you know, speaks to you, but I want them to be like something you can, even if it makes you feel like, oh, I'm the king, you know, like, if that's how it makes you feel like that. Like I want it to feel like it's you, like the song is about you, you know. So I think I just want people to relate to what I'm saying and, you know, feel like I understand as well. And I'm also going through my own things. And, you know, I only have the privilege to actually make the songs from what I'm going through. But just because you don't have that privilege doesn't mean, you know, you can't voice out or we don't understand or we think you're not going through something, you know. So.
That's nice. I really can't wait for it.
The other thing, sorry.
Yeah.
the other thing that I want people to take away from the album is I deliberately put songs in there that are very skillful, like on the skill wise of rapping, right? Because that's the thing about like, you know, music is like you're trying to juggle, especially like if you're a rapper, like you're trying to juggle between the market and hip hop, like, you know, the mainstream and hip hop. So I can't just make an album and I'm just rapping. I have to make good songs that, you know, people can listen to and just, you know, vibe, you know.
Yeah.
So I have that on the album, but I also have hip hop songs, and I put them deliberately there because I don't want anybody to play with me when it comes to rapping, and I mean it. Like I want just people to respect the fact that, oh, he can write, you know, and that is important to me as an artist, as a hip hop artist. I have something to prove as far as rapping is concerned, you know. So yeah, of course, in Zambia, you know, just listen to that and relate and feel it like, oh, you know, the boy, he has something to say, you know. It's just not any, you know, everybody can be a rapper, but, you know.
There's good rappers.
There's good rappers. It's people like us, bro.
There's good rappers.
Yeah.
From the previous album, you had so many collaborations. You had Tilo, you had Killer, you had, who else did you have? You had Boz Zambia.
Yeah, of course.
Forget about Boz Zambia.
I am Genesis.
Genesis, Beach
who else was on there? I think that, I hope I'm not forgetting anybody.
Well, that's in the past. What about in this one? Any collaborations, any surprises?
I think I would say that you are there, and I'll end there.
Guys, I'm always in a Natic's album. Even if I cough.
Bro, that's the thing. I was telling somebody, like, you know, like, somebody was telling me, like, the person who's editing my, the video.
Yeah.
The video, right?
Yeah.
So he said, when he wrote, like, you know, Natic featuring this other person, and then he wrote appearance by Boz. And then my manager told him, like, you didn't put featuring Boz there. And then he responded, like, but it didn't feature, like, that was an appearance.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
It's a feature.
I put it there as a feature. Even if he coughed, it's there.
It's a privilege, man. It's a very privilege. Like me, I was like, okay, I remember we did that song.
Yeah,
and
no, we were trying to
do a song. And then I only wrote like 2 lines. 4 lines of it.
Yeah, 4, and then you went.
And then I went.
Yeah.
Then the next thing, I'm seeing myself on the cover, like,
bro,
featuring Boz. I'm so grateful.
It's an amazing song. And I think it happened because what you said there, you actually did it. Like, what you said, you actually did it. That's why I insisted, like, when you were shooting the video, I'm like, the fact that he said that and he's there.
And I'm there.
I need to
I can't wait to watch that video.
Yeah, man. I can show you.
When is it? Yeah,
I can show you a sample. Like,
when is it coming out?
So the way we are rolling out, actually, I'm not supposed to talk about it, but it's gonna come. Like after the album comes, we're gonna start rolling out.
So the album is March. We are not announcing.
No, not yet.
Okay, we're not announcing. That's why the trend.
No way.
The trend is what? Leaving. Hurry up.
Wait, when is this gonna drop?
Which one?
This.
This podcast should drop in a few days.
Then we won't talk about it.
Okay, in a few days.
I think because it will drop before we announce.
This podcast should drop.
But just know
I have to talk to the director.
Yeah, but just
otherwise, shout out to Akim.
Akim
is the gentleman behind this podcast.
Bro.
Akim. You know, this podcast, okay, we're sorry, guys. We lack the consistency, but I promise you this time, you know, because we've loved ourselves.
Hurry up, the train is leaving.
It's a journey. We've loved ourselves, so we'll keep up.
Yeah.
So, congratulations in advance for the album.
Thank you.
Are we having like a listening party or something like that?
We're going to have a show. But I wanted to make a listening party, but I just like, you know, like I said, like this album, like it happened in like the last 5 months, you know. But so like it's just a lot of things that I've been doing, and it was gonna be like time wouldn't allow. But we have a show, and it's gonna be like a listening party, but it's a show, so it won't be something like cozy, like we are seated like that. But there's gonna be performances from me, obviously the album, and maybe some songs from my previous works, and then, you know, some guest artists as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The next part is I want just answer the questions quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't overthink.
Quickly. Hurry up, the train is leaving.
Don't overthink it. Just choose one. Oscar or Kennedy?
Drink water.
No, there's no. Okay, yeah, let's do that. But no, come on. Oscar or Kennedy?
Bro, no, you can't put me in that seat. Come on.
No, I'm joking. One word to describe yourself.
Driven. Ambitious. Oh, one word. No.
Biggest inspiration?
Biggest inspiration, my mom.
Favorite song right now?
Right now. Oh, bro. This girl, what's her name? Let me check it. Her name is, I've been listening to this since last night.
Is she Zambian, American?
She's not Zambian. I stumbled upon it yesterday. You said right now.
Yeah,
But
right
I'm
now,
listening
right
to a
now.
lot of songs. but
Yeah,
the
right
song I've
now,
been
favorite
listening-
song right now.
It's called Taboo, 7th Streeter.
Where is she from?
She's American.
Okay.
She has the song with Chris Brown, and he won't stop.
Ooh, I know that song.
Taboo. Listen to that song.
Okay, I'll
It's a
check it
dope
out.
song.
Dream collabo, dead or alive?
Dream collabo, Jeko.
Okay. Morning or night studio sessions?
Night.
Okay. Why not morning?
Morning.
Mm.
Morning is for writing.
Morning is for right.
Right.
One thing you can't live without.
One thing I can't live without,
Mm-hmm.
my Vaseline. Where is it? I always have it, bro. Because my lips, no, shit. Pause. Pause. Big pause. Big pause right there. No,
Guys,
like, damn.
Are we okay?
No, pause. Pause. I can edit
Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Tell me. The machine guy. Gidi.
No, but,
Oil. Okay, fine.
no, like my lips, bro. Like I have big lips. You get my point? They get dry.
Don't say that.
Pause again.
This guy is saying the wrong things
Bro, I
over
just
and over
crucified
again.
myself.
Okay,
Literally, I
Vaseline.
cooked myself right there.
When I think about Vaseline,
Yeah,
to
but
be
you know-
trending on Twitter.
Big pause.
Okay, fine. Okay, we get it. Vaseline. Okay, anything else? Okay, let's change. Let's change.
Something I can live with.
Yeah.
Without.
Without, yeah.
I would say maybe my rhyme book.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I have like since I've been writing, like I have like a power now. Like I always enjoy writing from books.
Best advice you've ever received, quickly.
Best advice I've ever received: be you.
Be you.
Be yourself.
Who gave that advice?
Who gave me that advice? I think it's you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. When
Thank you,
that's the best advice you've received,
Yeah.
guys.
Bro.
Boz Zambia has given the best advice to Natic. That's
For
a
real.
headline.
That one.
Be you. Be you. And you know who gave me that advice? My mom. Yeah, she told me to be myself all the time. Always when I was a young boy. That's why I'm very confident, I guess,
Yeah.
because like
And you've always pushed that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Like preach that, like be yourself.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I think that's the best. Like the best thing you can be is yourself, bro. Like
Yeah.
it takes away a lot of stress. You know, like you can just be you. Like talk the way you talk, dress the way you dress.
last two questions. If you were not doing music, what would you be doing?
Oh, I love this question. What would I be doing if I wasn't doing music? I'll probably be something like maybe a scientist or something, like something related to science. Because I feel like the time I started doing music, I had the thing of whether school or music, and I was so much in love with science, biology, whatever. So I think I'll be something like maybe somewhere just doing something related to science.
Okay.
You know.
Lastly, favorite place in the world?
Favorite place in the world, a place that I've been to, or maybe like it can be anything.
You haven't been or you've been to, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Favorite place in the world. I would say Kitwe Uzakide.
Kito Usakide? Why?
Because, and we talk about this with Kennedy a lot.
Yeah.
Because I have this thing where I actually come, and I'm saying it, Kennedy. Because the last interview, he said you didn't say where you come from.
Chambishi.
I come from Chambishi. But
Yeah.
listen, the way my life was, I lived in two places. And if I remember my childhood, it's more in Kitwe. Because every chance I got, I used to go there because they were guys. You get my point? So
Guys, your friends. Because
they were boys.
Because you're with your sisters, right?
Yes,
So I
yes.
get it.
So I just developed this thing. I'm from Uzakile. You get my point? Because I had a lot of friends there, and my life was basically like if I go back home, it's like I need to go back there. So I'm from Chambishi, but Uzakile all day. Uzakile.
Chambishi boy in Moscow.
Bro, Chambish boy
In Moscow.
in Moscow.
You've made it, bro. You should be proud of yourself.
Bro, you too.
Thank you very much.
Where do you come from in Lusaka?
Makeni, Lusaka.
Makeni.
Yeah, Makeni
Bro.
Simpson. And I was home in December, and it made me realize that you know what? Maybe we've made it, because the exposure, the lessons we've learned in Moscow, and then that thing where you say like umwana shenda tashanyina.
Tashan-
So like leaving home, I always advise people like if you got a chance, leave. Go learn something. Not
oh no,
leave.
like like
leave and go learn something and you know get exposed.
Because you see like that's actually true. That's actually true.
Yeah. Okay, to conclude, this has been one of my favorite conversations in a very long time. I really appreciate you. I respect you.
I feel
and
healed. I really feel
me
healed,
too, me too. And just know I'm always clapping for you.
Thank you.
But tell me quickly, what question were you expecting me to answer ask you that I haven't asked?
Honestly, to be honest with you, I was thinking, not hoping. I was thinking you're gonna talk about my love life. I was thinking that because you know how dramatic it is.
Yeah. I mean, like I knew that we'll talk about that.
I
topic
mean, listen to
time.
Sex Galore.
Sex Galore. Just came out 2 days ago, right? Anyway, what's one thing you want to tell your younger artists about self-love and navigating the music industry in a few words?
Yeah. Now, find yourself. Find what works for you. And do it to the best of your ability. I mean, when you start, you can use somebody as a template. It's fine. It's okay. Everybody has done it before. You know, it will help you actually know what you like and what you don't like. You know, so find that person. You know, if you're a rapper, find a rapper that you relate to, and use them as a template. You know, and then, but at the end of the day, you have to find yourself. You have to find who you really are and what you want. You know, and it might take some time, but you know, keep on working towards your art, and you'll find it. Like you'll find what you're looking for. I'm also in the process of finding it. You know, it's
a journey. It's not a destination until the end of our life. If you could describe your journey so far in one sentence, what would it be? In one sentence.
In one sentence, it's been step by step, I guess. It's been step by step. I think I wouldn't say like I'm where I'm supposed to be, where I want to be, but I feel like I'm way better than I was. Whether it be as a human being or like as an artist, like there is proof, you know, that something is actually become like there's life here, you know, and so I feel like step by step, it's been step by step, and every step has came with its own lessons, and the lessons are what I will carry, you know, and what I treasure the most, you know.
Lastly, where can people find your music? Real quick.
Everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, AudioMac, YouTube. You know, stream my videos. I have a lot of videos on YouTube, and very soon I'm gonna have a ton of videos over there. So, name is Natic, EL in capital letters. You know,
NAT.
Yeah. So
I see.
Thank
you so much, guys. It has been amazing, guys. Go stream the album when it drops.
Yeah.
Hurry up, the train is leaving. It's been Boz Zambia with Self-Love Podcast. Stay true to yourself and always love yourself. Thank you so much, Natic.
Thank you so much.
I truly appreciate it. And I wish you all the best.
I wish you the best as well, man. Let's keep on pushing. Let's keep doing what we do.
Yeah, and congratulations, man.
Bro, I have... And I didn't win one on the other thing.
The award?
The award you had, the award show.
That's what we're giving you now.
All right,
man.
Thank you.
Cheers.